Hello, my name's Joel, and today I'm just going to take a few minutes out of your time to describe to you and explain regions of body, directional terms, and planes of movement. So let's kick this off real quick here with the human body. To start off here, we have our cephalon, our head, and then moving down into our neck, which is our cervixes, then our thoracis, which is our chest, and then we're going to move down to our abdominals here, which is your abdomen, and then to your arm. And your forearm here is called your antebrachium, your wrist being called the carpus, and your hand being called the manus. And then you move down a bit more here until your pelvis, and then you're moving into your femur here, which is your thigh region, your kneecap, which is your patella, and then your gluteus, which is your buttocks. Alright, next up here is planes of movement, so just give me a sec here and I'll stand up to show you this. Here is your sagittal plane right here, which is going to more or less cut your body down the middle. And this plane is usually used to describe movements in your shoulder, moving back, or your knee kicking back, so to speak. Then you have your frontal, which is cutting your body along your sides here. And the kind of movement for this plane is abduction and adduction. And then there's your transverse plane, which more or less is kind of right at your waist. And this is a lot of bending. Next we have directional terms. And I'm going to just try and pair them up here with their opposites. So we have anterior and posterior. Anterior is towards the front of the body. Posterior is towards the back side of your body. Then we have your ventral and dorsal. Ventral meaning the body, like the belly side of the body. And dorsal meaning the back side of the body. Then we have your cranial, which is towards the head. Then there's also one too, it's cephalic, and it's the same thing. Superior, which is going to just mean above. And then there's inferior, which is below. So the head is inferior to the shoulders, or vice versa, the shoulders are inferior to the skull. Then there's your caudal, and that's towards the tail, or your coccyx, so that's down towards your waist region there. And then there's your medial, which is towards the midline, and then there's the lateral, which is moving away from your midline, which is obviously going to separate you down the middle here. And then there's proximal, which is towards an attached base, and then there's distal, which is moving away from that attached base, and then last two here are superficial and deep. Superficial meaning it's closer to the body surface, deep meaning it's away from or moving towards the body interior.